So I'm finally back with another video. I know it took me forever. I've been saying I was gonna do this once a week, but I promise you it's harder than it seems. Especially living here where like I be trying to be so present, you know? It be life in and I be like forgetting about shit like this. But sorry, I'm about to eat my mango. I just wanted to talk about a topic that I have been thinking about that I think people should know before they move to Puerto. And that is that this place is a portal. Like a portal in the sense like the energy here is so strong. It's so strong and it's like different than any energy that I've ever encountered. Like I felt it when I first moved here. Well no, not when I first moved here. When I first visited here last year, I was here for 10 days and I just felt like so caught up in this like vortex of like beautiful energy, but just also like power. Like it's so powerful and I felt so present, so connected to myself, so connected to God. Um and like I was just like that energy, what it brought out of me and how I moved through it. I was like, oh no, like that is what I need to be doing. Like that is the energy that's going to bring me closer to my higher self, closer to my evolved self. Like I need to be in that. And so it's just good to know that yeah, this place it'll bring that type of energy. It has that type of energy, and so this is important because it brings a lot of things out of you. Like when you're in it, it brings a lot of things out of you, in the sense that so many things come up. Like the work that you do here is so internal. At least for me personally, the work that I've been doing, it's so internal. It's so interpersonal. Um, but it's so healing. Like, for example, like so many just traumas and things that trigger me, and just so many things like that have come up since I've been here. And I think it's a combination of things. I think, like I said, the energy is so powerful. You're in the midst of Mother Nature, which is the most powerful thing in the world. You know, she's beautiful, she's strong, she keeps you present. Like, there's no really distractions. Like when you're in it, you're in it. Like I hear like the ocean in front of me. I can hear like the insects in the jungle behind me. It's just like there's nothing else you can focus on. You know, it's you're meditating constantly. And so things are gonna come up through meditation. And so a lot of people like that I meet here are on some level of their like spiritual journey. And obviously this varies from person to person because like depending on where you are in life, you know, that's what you're gonna attract. So that's the stage that I'm in. Like I'm on this like spiritual path. And so I meet a lot of like-minded people as well. And they all kind of experience that as well. Like the jungle just pulls out your shit, you know, but it's not in a bad way. Like it's not in a bad way. It's in a way that it exposes you to yourself. It shows you, like it mirrors yourself to you. And there's nothing that you could do to like distract yourself, like, oh, I don't want to sit with this. I don't want to deal with this right now. It's like, well, what else you gonna do? You know, and like I said, you're so present that it's gonna keep coming up. So until you sit with it and deal with it, it's gonna be a thing. But the beautiful thing is, um, you do sit with it and you do deal with it. And by doing that, it happens so much faster. So now I find it to where, boom, I'm triggered and I'm like, what the fuck? What was that? Why are we like out of like our center? Like, why, you know, what is that? And then the longest that I've seen it happen for me would be like maybe 24 hours. Like, it took 24 hours for me to figure out where that was coming from. And when I found out, when I tell you, I was just like, it was something that I didn't even know was still in me, that was still in my subconscious, that was still like there, affecting me. And, you know, I've been on this earth for 28 years. Like, I've uncovered a lot of things about myself, but this was something that had like slipped under the radar. And yes, this is true for many of us, but like it was just something that blew my mind. And in 24 hours, like I said, I was able to nip it in the bud. And I was like, wow, it felt like such a weight was lifted, because it was like, I didn't know I was still carrying that. And so it happens like that in real time for the most part. Like, these things come up and you're like, okay, this is what that is. You sit with it, and then you're able to work through it like in real time. Like, it's not a, oh, I don't want to deal with this right now, I'll do it later. Like, it's like, no, in real time you're like processing it. And I think that's so cool, and I think it's so beautiful. And it can be a lot. Like, it can be a lot, because like I said, that shit is happening all the time, with multiple experiences, with multiple interactions. And so, oh my god, the mangoes here to die for. In the States, the mangoes be like all crunchy. Here, juicy, soft. Anyways, so a lot of your shadows and things like that are gonna come up. And so you have to be willing to deal with that. Like, you can't be closed off. You can't be like too cool for school. Like, you have to be able to really look at yourself. Like, it's gonna show you yourself. And you might not like everything that you see, which is okay, because if it's showing it to you, it gives you an opportunity to change it, to realize like, hey, this is what I've been doing, or this is how I've been presenting. Let me do something different. It's never a bad thing. That's how you heal. That's how you work through shit. So you have to really surrender. You have to surrender to the process. You just have to let it come. You have to learn how to hold space for yourself, without judgment, and with kindness and with grace. You gotta, maybe grieve sometimes, like parts of yourself that you didn't know, were there, or parts of yourself that you don't no longer like align with. But you still, like I said, you have to hold space for those versions of yourself, because these are things that are coming up, and as they're coming up, you're moving through them. As you're moving through them, you're shedding, and you're becoming more. It's all happening simultaneously, and it's like the most powerful, most like beautiful thing ever. I've never felt so connected to myself than when I came here. I've never felt so connected to other people than like when I came here, and to like just everything around me, like to nature, to everything around me. Like, I give so much gratitude for all of it, because it's everything. Like, I love it. Um, so yeah, you have to know that Puerto is a Porto, and you got to be ready for that. You got to be ready for it, because the jungle is gonna bring up your shit, and it's gonna show you like, this is your shit. And you got to deal with that. Like, how you wanna move with this. And so I see, for a lot of people, they move through it with grace. They just move through it, like they're working through it. And then for a lot of people, it's very, very hard. It can be very, very hard. It can break people. It can make people want to leave. Um, to what's comfortable, to what's normal for them. Um, but really, the best thing to do is just to brace yourself, and to let it come, and to deal with it as it comes. It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. It's just a thing. It's just something that happens when you're here. But it's just good to know, because I know everything might seem like a highlight, like um, you're just frolicking, you're just beaching, you're just vibing, whoopsie whoopsie whoop. And you are. You most definitely are. I mean, what better way to work through your traumas and work through like your healing than by doing all those things? So all these things are happening simultaneously. So it works itself out, it balances itself out. But it's good to know. It's just good to know. And in those moments where maybe healing does feel like a lot, you're in Mother Nature, so she's here to like hold you and embrace you. Like, I will go for like jungle walks, or go touch the water, or just lay out in the sun. So many things that just give back to you. You're in the middle of nature, so it's always going to give back to you. It's always going to give back to you. It never feels like this is just a lot. for me personally. It doesn't ever feel like this is just too much. What the hell? It's like, no, go touch a tree, go listen to the sounds of outside, bring yourself back. And also, we're not just a big work in progress, like a big project, you know. So I take breaks. Sometimes I'll be like, you know what, I can't deal with this today. I've been doing a lot of work. I've been crossing off a lot of boxes. I've been like, boop de boo. But today I'm taking a break. I'm going to the beach, like not right now. You do have moments of that, but like I said, it's like you're functioning. You're able to function while the things is working out. I don't know if that makes sense, but it ain't like oh my god, I got to put time aside to like deal with this. It's like no, I'm dealing with it in real time as I'm functioning, as I'm living, as I'm conversing and playing and frolicking. So it's really cool. It's really cool. It's a really it just creates like the perfect environment for healing, for you coming back to yourself, for you coming back to God. So yeah, just something to keep in mind, If you come here for an extended amount of time, just know like work is gonna be done. So it's always best to start the work prior because it's gonna be accelerated once you get here for sure. So already kind of had your feet dirty when it comes to that. But yeah, y'all got this. We all got it. I'm gonna finish this mango. That's all I really have to say. So yeah, Pura Vida, y'all.